So this is part 3 of utilizing Google Classroom. So we've gone over the steps of how to start a classroom and then how to add your students into it. I'm going to navigate you through a little bit more on what you can do with your Google Classroom with assignments and announcements and questions. So it's kind of set up like it would be as a Facebook page for education. So if you wanted to create an announcement to share with your students about a project that was due, or just something that you would like them to bring to class, or anything that you want as a quick announcement, you would just create an announcement. You can make a topic for it. So if you wanted to create a topic on announcements, or for example, if we just wanted to make maybe it's just classroom events. So maybe just for that, this would be for picture day or anything that you want to share. You can also, down here, you can include an attachment. You can include right here is something that you created from your Google Drive. You can attach something straight from your Google Drive. You can attach a YouTube video. Then you can also attach a link to anything that was on the internet. So if there was a picture day form that you wanted to include, or if you wanted to attach the picture day form here, you have all those options too. Over here on the right, you see this little down arrow. This is really important. Sorry, we're going to go back and edit that because I want to show you that down arrow. I'm going to have to redo another one. So we'll just leave this right now as picture day and just save that. And now that's posted on here. If I want to delete it or edit it, I can do that as well. So what I'm going to show you is a feature that I just cleared for me when we want to create an assignment. So maybe I want them doing MobyMax addition facts. Okay. Down here at this arrow, it says assign, schedule, or saved your draft. So if you're doing a ton of research and you want to create an assignment that you don't want to have posted for a few weeks, you can always save the draft. So I'm going to make an assignment and then we're going to save that draft so I can show you where that goes. So your instructions are going to be log in and work on addition facts. Okay. I can make a due date. So if it's today, and we're only going to be working on it for a few days, I can have a date where it stops so that they can't keep going on it. Or you can just leave it with no due date because maybe it's something you want them to practice all the time. So either I can say that there's a due date end time, or I can just say that there's no due date at all. Same thing with a topic. I might create a topic for math practice so that it's just breaking it down a little bit more. And then, of course, I'm going to make a link to MobyMax. So when they open up this assignment, the link is right there directly for them. They don't have to go search for it. They can get there right through the link. So now I'm going to save this draft because I've decided that we are not working on this for another week or two. Then I'm going to show you how you can schedule something as well. So I'm going to save the draft. And if you notice up here on the top of the streaming is a saved post. Anytime you want to save a post, to save it, it will come up here. So here's my drafts. If I re-click it, then I can just automatically hit assign and it will pop up on our main stream. So your saved post, you can save as many as you want. The next part that I'm going to show you is how to assign a assignment and save it as a post that might be for something in the future. So this one might be that you're going to be searching for a country in the world. Okay. And the instructions are that you're going to search for, and we can say that it's classroom searching again. And we want to maybe have a specific date and time that they're going to do this. So, and maybe we're going to use that Google searching again, that they're going to search for a specific country using that. You can add the link to that. You can always then go over here and you can schedule it. So if I don't want it to pop up until next week on Monday, because that assignment isn't going to start until Monday, I'm going to click the 21st. I can pick a time. So this way, if I don't want any students to be able to go on to their classroom and start anything earlier than when I want it to begin, I can set a specific time for when it will be scheduled. So at 9 o'clock, it will pop open on the 21st and I can hit schedule. So now it's still in up here as a saved post because it's not been assigned yet. But if you notice the post date, it's going to post onto the Google Classroom on November 21st at 9 a.m. Here's my draft when I'm ready to share that. So you have two different options of how you want to share an assignment, share anything, save it. Those are the ways that you can save and post date any assignments that you create. Creating a question. This might be something simple of if you're trying to get a feel for the next book that they're reading out loud as a class. Maybe what type of book, genre. So I posted a simple question. What type of book genre would you like to read next? This is the same thing. You can put it into a topic. You could create a topic of questions on reading. You can put a due date. You can also change it to multiple choice or short answer. If you leave it as a short answer, it's going to have a whole list of every single kid of what the short answer was. So I suggest when you need a quick assessment of something or a quick question, you stick with the multiple choice. That way you're able to get more of a quick feel of what they would like. So if you do a multiple choice, you have the option over here for the students to see the class summary. So you can say, yes, I want them to see it. Then they would see what everyone voted for, or you just keep that. So if I go to option 1 and I want to have nonfiction, then I can add another option 2, which might be fiction. Maybe I want to do historical fiction, and maybe one more of informational reading. Then same thing, I can still always put a link. If I wanted to put a link about the different types of genres, I can always delete them over here and just hit the X. You can make as many, you can move these around if you need to shift them, if you want them in a specific order. You can move them around up here. You can always go back to a short answer if you want. And then the same thing down here. You can either schedule it or save it, or then you can hit ask, and that'll send it automatically to your students. So this is great for a quick assessment if you are looking for class opinion or something that you'd like to work on. This is an easy way. When you ask it, it will come up, once your students pick a choice, it'll come up with a very nice quick chart on how many voted for each choice. So I can then hit ask. And now I have a question mark on what type of book genre would you like to read next. And if you notice, when I open up that link, this will say who. Over here, we'll have all my students' names in this box. You can sort by status, by last name, by first name, by their answer. So usually you would do it by last name. All your students will be over here on the left side in this gray area. You don't really have to worry about this. This is for a point system. This really wasn't graded. This was a question, so you would just hit ungraded. You don't need to give them points back or return it. This was just a question. So then when all your students have chosen their answers, here will be all your answers right here in the box. It'll have all the list, and you can actually find out right through that. So that is another part of working through your assignments in the Google Classroom.